right, guys, welcome to Slinky's Linker Pawn and Video. I am Slinky, and as always, I'm joined by KC. Give it up, sir.
How's everybody doing?
And today's awesome because we have Sir Sturdy in the house. He got lost and ended up here, so we get to talk to him for a few minutes before we give him the correct directions out of it. And so yeah, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you.
I'm doing well. I'm doing real good. Thanks for the invite on the show. Big fan of you guys. I watched a couple things, and then I always watch what you guys post, and I love it. And I love how we're all huge horror fans.
Yes, absolutely, man. You know, dig that hat, dude. I used to be a big Niner fan from way back when, Montana, Rice, Ronnie Lott, good stuff. So, all right, I was not. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. You're a pretty big horror name going around on Facebook, and it's cool that we all get to, network and, BS with each other. I thank you for jumping in the group all the time, man. Like, I love that you post all the stuff that you do. It's great. It's fantastic. What was it about horror that, accord with you that made you such a fan?
Honestly, it all started when I was a kid, maybe between 5 and 7 years old. I would follow like my older cousins around and my older brother around. You always want to do what the older kids are doing because they're cool. Yep. And horror movies just happen to be one of those things that they were doing. So I would always follow, hey, can I watch this with you? Yes. And depending on whose house we were at, like if we were at my house, it'd be, hey, don't make any noise as far as like crying, yelling. Don't wake up mom and let her know we were watching these movies, or don't wake up aunt so-and-so and let her know we were watching these movies, because then we're all in trouble, and guess what? You're not hanging out anymore. So I didn't. But what I did do, I'll tell you a movie that scared me because it goes along with this, was Creepshow 2, the hitchhiker story. Hilarious now.
Yeah.
But then it was just the thanks for the ride lady. When he was in the car especially, that scared the crap out of me as a kid, like almost literally to the point where I told him, I was like, look, I have to use the bathroom. Someone needs to walk me to the bathroom, wait outside the bathroom until I'm done, and then I'll come back. But I would always come back and watch the movies. Like it stuck with me. And I look back at it, I'm like, the funny thing is the blood and guts, they don't mind me watching. But as soon as those boobs are out there and cover your eyes, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, just do the same thing,
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it stuck with me throughout my childhood, and just even more so through my adulthood, because I could get my hands on way more movies that I've never heard of or seen before, thanks to the internet, and it just keeps growing.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. It's kind of similar. Do you remember the Twilight Zone movie?
I remember the show. I don't remember the movie.
Okay, there's a scene in the movie where Al Brooks, he picks up Dan Aykroyd. He's hitchhiking. Mm-hmm. And Aykroyd looks at him and he goes, want to see something scary? And he turns into like this monster in the car and like attacks, that scene kind of messed me up when I was a kid.
Nice.
Saw that. So that stuck with me. It's funny you mentioned Creepshow too. That was another one. But so what made you want to do like the horror podcast? What made you want to like share your love for horror with the masses?
Okay. With that, I actually started out with my horror group and was posting, and I would do Facebook Live videos. Yeah. My wife got me, I believe it was Horror Block at first, back in the day, a few years ago. And I would get those and do like unboxings on there, and then just have like random horror conversations on Facebook Live. And I mentioned around that time, podcasts weren't as big as they are now. This was just like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned I wanted to start a podcast. I was like, one of these days I'm going to start one. And she was like, why don't you just do it already? You keep saying you're going to do it. And so one day, let's see, my first episode came out January of last year, but I'll say the end of December, like the end of the year before, sometime October-ish, she surprised me with a mixer. It came with a mixer, a mic, and headphones. And I already had a laptop. So she was like, you have no excuses now.
Hey, ready to
go.
And it just honestly just went from there. It just went from there to like I would record with my brothers, cousins, and like close friends. Just they'd come over and record, and it went from that to people in the Facebook group wanting to record, and just I got a few indie artists on here as far as all across the board: writers, directors, producers, actors, actresses. I actually had Tom McLaughlin on here like a week or two ago. That episode will be out next Thursday.
Oh, I'm looking
Friday the 13th, part 6.
Yeah.
And between the podcast and going to these horror conventions, like I brought my podcast to a horror convention last year, the first year that I had the podcast, which was great. I was on a few panels, had a few people come to my table, which we're doing that again next month in October at Scaricon, which I cannot wait for. And it's so fun. You meet so many cool people like you guys just talking horror. Who would have thought?
Well, it's cool because like when you like watch these movies and you love them the way we do, you put the people involved in them on like a pedestal. You know what I mean? Like they're nigh obtainable. And then when you get to meet them, they're so down to earth and they're so gracious and so humble. And you're just, they're most, not all, but a lot of them jump at the chance to talk to you. You know what I mean? And that's awesome.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say. I love how you said most, not all.
I
have a question for both of you guys. Is there anybody, and you could go ahead and well, this is your show, but I'd say go ahead and say it. Is there anybody? I'll say at least two people who you went to meet at a con or even just say hi to at a con and they were just very dismissive and rude?
See, all right, here's the thing. Going to comic book con, because again, we had, if Chris, if you want to go first, man, by all means.
I actually haven't been able to make it to any because the way my work schedule is, I always end up working every weekend at the con.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been pretty impossible to be able to go and meet anyone.
That's right.
What about anybody you've reached out to? Because
there's been some that just haven't even responded, like Jamie Kennedy. But then others are like open to talk to me and seem pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's like I said, when we did the comic book show, we would reach out. Plus, we were always going to comic cons a lot, and we did a panel. When the hell did we do that panel? I forget when I did it. In April, I did a panel, and like I said, there's a lot of people you go and like you'll wait in line, blah blah blah. Linnea Quigley was fantastic. She was really nice. I think she got lost because I did Tampa Bay Screams last year, and she got lost in the hotel. And I ran into her in the lobby. We were both buying a soda, and she's a sweetheart, nicest person you want to meet, man. She's tiny, she's this big. Because I'm 6'4", so like the photos of us, it's like I got a teddy bear in my arm.
Yeah, you're a big guy.
And then I was able to meet Jill, I think it's Jolene from Popcorn. She was in the Phantom of the Opera movie with Robert Englund as well.
Mm-hmm.
She was a sweetheart. She was very gracious. Rhonda Shear, she's a diva. She did. She was there for I think 45 minutes and left.
Wow.
Just couldn't be bothered. Again, not bad mouthing. And I want to say Catherine Parks from Friday 3. She's a doll. She was so nice, and I actually made the comment to her. I said, Vera should have been the Survivor girl, and running around the table and gave me a hug. She's like, "Oh, you're the sweetest," blah blah blah. I've messaged Kane, haven't heard back from him. Messaged CJ Graham, haven't heard back from him. But again, these guys are doing stuff. You know what I mean? And
stay pretty busy.
Yeah, and then sometimes you have to look at it this way. These guys are human too. And
exactly.
After sitting at a table for 9 hours, that one fan might come up and just catch them in a mood, man. It's just how it rolls. I've heard stories of people, but again, I'm not gonna, go into detail. But here's my thing, okay? And I'm a graphic artist. I've drawn comics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Without fans, you got nothing.
I agree.
And so it would behoove you to just put it on and, kind of just, trump through. That's all.
I agree.
So far, I don't think I've had a bad experience with, most of the people I've come in contact with. They've all been just terrific, Deborah Voorhees was a sweetheart. She was real nice. She came on the show. Yeah. Adam Markets, he's a great guy. I can sit here and go on, man. So it's, but it's a real nice community to be a part of, I think. It's kind of hard to describe. I'm just babbling at this point. So it's, but I know, what was it? This weekend, Chapter 2 came out, and I saw your post on Facebook. You were like jumping up and down, man. Like you were stoked.
Excited isn't even the word, man. I was just like, you know what it was? I was looking so forward to the movie because of how well they did it. Chapter 1.
Part one's amazing, man. I really, really like that one. So.
And I love how they followed. I mean, I know they couldn't follow the book page for page or whatever. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's in the book they can't put into a movie. But I love how they did take a lot of important pieces out of the book, like his costume, for example. Pennywise's costume, for example, is out of the book. Mm-hmm. And small things like that, small details like that really stuck out to me. So when I found out that there was, well, I knew there was going to be a chapter 2, but when I was like, okay, it's coming out, and then I get to see it, it was like a kid in a candy store. I was just like, oh, man, I don't know how to, I can't retain myself.
Oh, yeah. I was very excited for it, too, but very long, almost 3 hours. I know there's a lot in the book, so I mean, I had to try to get as much in there as possible. But I mean, it was pretty good. I think the chapter 1 was better. But what do you think, Sir Sturdy?
You see, I would have to go back and watch them both like back to back to judge which one's better. Right now, they're like on an even field with me. I did enjoy them both a lot, but I do hear a lot of people saying they like chapter 1 a little bit better. And they like, just like with the kids in general, they just like that story better than with the back and forth. A lot of people thought that it went back to the past a little bit too much. And it didn't bother me one bit. Like I enjoyed the whole movie. And how you said the movie seemed too long, I was like, I sat down. Usually I'm horrible at this. Anybody can ask my wife. I'm usually either falling asleep, getting impatient. I'm like a child, or I got to move around or pee.
Yeah.
And I sat through that whole movie, just relaxed, enjoyed the whole thing from start to finish. I didn't think there was any slow pull. Like it wasn't slow for me at all, which I mean, my excitement.
It wasn't slow. It was just, I guess for me, like the entire movie is like 4 hours. Yeah. This one just seemed like it was just like so much longer. Like when you watch them both, it's gonna be a 5 hour long.
Yeah.
Just to watch.
But it was done. I just thought it was done so well, and I was seeing that they want to possibly do a prequel, and I'm all for it. I really hope they do it. I don't know if they will or not, but I hope.
Yeah,
I really hope they do.
About like a hit chapter 3. I did hear about that somewhere.
Which I think it would be great. I thought 1 and 2 were great, and I want to see more from this director. I want to see a lot more from this director after seeing this.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's great. I mean, now we got the top 2 best-selling horror movies of all time. So he's doing something right.
He definitely is.
See, and that's the thing. Like King's work, it's it's got that stigma where it's very hard to adapt to film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they, again, just chapter 1 that I saw was awesome. I was freaking out when I saw the first one. So, but yeah, I don't mind flashbacks. I don't mind when they, have to remind you, show you some stuff they haven't seen before. But yeah. And Chris, man, you got to see it in the drive-through, dude. Come on.
Yeah, that was awesome. I liked going to see it at the drive-in. And the flashbacks didn't really bother me. It was strange because, like, in the original movie, they didn't do a whole lot of that. Like, you got the kids in the beginning, and then you have the adults at the end.
Yeah.
And the new one, it was like a lot of flashbacks to stuff sometimes you didn't even see in chapter 1.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I liked about the flashbacks though, like when they showed them in certain scenes, because a lot of times when they showed those flashbacks, it showed you why that person reacted a certain way they did in that scene as an adult. Like they had a flashback of that, and then they showed you it as an adult, and you're like, okay, this kind of makes sense now why they're having this feeling, or they have that facial expression or just that emotion, which I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it really brought that out.
See, and you got to see Night Living Dead in the drive-in. Don't even talk.
Yeah, I got to see that up in Ohio. Yeah, that was great.
I didn't get to see these 2 movies that I'm about to mention to you guys in the drive-ins, but I did get to see them in theaters. Well, Jaws, I got to see that in theaters a couple months ago. They played out in a theater. And then last winter, they played the original Nightmare on Elm Street in theaters. And it was like the cool thing about that was it was at a Regal Cinema, and you guys both know that those are expensive, but they had them at like the old school prices with everything. And I was like, you can't beat that.
That's awesome. Yeah, the one I went to was a double feature for like $8.50.
See, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
The other one I saw was Ready or Not.
That's awesome. See, I'm telling you,
that one's pretty good. That one's like a hide and seek horror film.
Okay, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think you'll like it.
I have a theater like maybe 5-10 minutes from me, if that. that if you go before 12 o'clock in the afternoon, movies are $5. You can't.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can't beat. And then hardly anybody's in there. And I'm 33 now, so I'm at that age where teenagers annoy me because they're talking through the whole movie. They're not in there.
I understand that.
And I think the most expensive that theater gets, as far as if you're going to see a regular movie, is between $8 and $10, if that. So I'm like, if you go later in the day too, it's still not bad. You're not paying like $25 for one ticket for yourself to see a movie. You don't have to put it this way. You don't have to mortgage the house for you and your wife to go out and watch a movie and have some popcorn and a drink.
Yeah, that's good. That's one of the reasons why I switched to the drive-in, because it's so much cheaper.
Yeah, I bet.
See, I was fortunate when I went to culinary school in Pittsburgh back in 2003. There was a Lowe's. It's called Lowe's on the Waterfront, and it's on the Allegheny River. And they would show all these like classic movies, Casablanca, A Streetcar Named Desire. And I went there to see Anger Management, but they were playing Jaws.
Nice.
Like, nope, no choice. And so I was able to see Jaws there in the theater.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to see Jaws in the theater or at the drive-in. That would be amazing.
I want to do that thing where you float in a pool and you watch Jaws. That's kind of cool. Like, that looks pretty neat to me.
See,
yeah, that would be awesome.
I like how you said pool and not lake, because if it's a lake, well, first of all, I'm not getting in it anyway. And secondly, if I'm watching Jaws in a lake, any body of water, probably even a pool, it's gonna freak me out some, because you're gonna have that one. Am I allowed to swear on here?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have that one asshole friend that's gonna be with the little fake fin just swimming around pulling on somebody's leg. Like, when you're really into the movie, like, damn it. What the hell?
Yeah, somebody splashes right behind you or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you from Florida, so we know better. If a body of water more than a couple inches deep, not going in it. Yeah, no, not at all. No, I will enjoy that from the luxury of a pool, not a lake or the ocean. F that.
Yeah, y'all got all kinds of crazy stuff down.
Dude, we got critters that eat other critters down here. Like when I'm out on the porch, if I'm out there eating, the bugs are asking me to pass my plate. Like they're no. So yeah, no, screw that. But yeah, I always thought that was kind of cool to watch Jaws in a giant pool.
Yeah.
Get wasted on a float around.
What we used to do as kids, like when we'd go camping, there was a cabin and stuff we had. We'd bring the TV and stuff, but we don't use it like late at night. And Friday the 13th just happened to be one of the series we would watch, at night when my mother's like, you guys got to come inside. Because you guys know when you go camping, it's pitch black out there. It's not like the city where we have these lights.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah,
Summer,
we'd be in there watching movies. And
that was a rite of passage to watch Jason movies while we were camping.
Yes.
Yeah, because the woods are, if you've never been out in the woods at night, man, that's like country dark,
Yes.
There's no street lights, no nothing.
Yeah, unless you got like a little campfire going or something. It's just pitch black.
Yeah. And then, growing up in South Jersey down the shore, everybody would watch Jaws at night. So, like, all the kids were fucking just straight terrified. Like,
that's awesome.
Walk off the porch, man,
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. So my mom used to scare the crap out of me. I was trying. So just funny. But all right, let's see. So all right, what are we gonna talk about today, gentlemen? What kind of movie? Trying to think. We all like Giallos. See with what KC. He's like a sponge, man. He wants to watch everything. So
yeah, I love every type of horror. So I'm always interested in watching something new or something I haven't seen before. Might not be new. But
yeah. So let's see. I don't know, man. I think we all discussed this before. We're all pretty big fans of Torso.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Good segue into that. God, I suck. But I don't know, man.
I'll help you with the segue. We all love slashers, and Torso's a slasher.
There we go. It's like a proto slasher kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have a real huge love for the Giallo flicks, just because we wouldn't have slashers without those movies. If you think about it, like they set the groundwork, the blueprints and everything for them. I can sit here and educate everybody on Giallos, man. Like, from the
yeah, they're like the OG of slashers.
Dude, what is it?
So they're like the OG of slashers. You gotta.
Man, they are. Plus, they're sleazy. They got a little bit of sleaze in them.
There was a lot in this one.
Oh yeah.
It's like it opens on some sleaze. what was it? I think what you said something, Chris. You said on your rundown, it's hysterical.
Yeah, it's like sex scene, death, sex, death. It's there's a lot of sleaze going on in this one for sure.
You know what's funny is when I put this, like, today was the first time watching me for this movie, so I'm putting it on. Very first part of the movie is a sex scene. You see the lady topless on the dude.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wait a minute, what am I watching? Am I really watching a movie? And then a little while later, you see somebody getting killed. So I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, it's funny because it's like when the movie starts, it just, for me, I always got that feeling it's like a Skinamax flick, like one of those late.
Mm-hmm.
It starts out, but the thing is, the music is, it's not that it's bad. I think a lot of the music is like kind of misplaced in the movie because it's like, even the music is sleazy. Like,
Almost feels like a 70s porn or something.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like it's lifted from, like a hair, mustache, Harry Bush porn. Just, I remember it was the first time I saw Torso, and I was late to the party on Torso. I didn't see it till, I think, 2011. I bought the Blue Underground release.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy shit, dude. Me and my buddy were sitting there because he's, a buddy of mine, he's big into Giallos too. And we're sitting there all geared up, man. And my friend looks at me, he's like, was the wrong disc in there? Like, what the hell? Like,
Exactly.
You think it's about to get to watch like Deep Throat or something like that, But yeah, like just even the music is sleazy in the flick. But and it's it was directed by Sergio Martinos, written by Sergio, and there are red herrings everywhere in this movie. Like, you guys watched it. What did you think? Like, this movie made me think all Italian guys are creepy. Like,
oh yeah, you had like every other guy looked like he could be the killer, and then just about every one of them is wearing the scarf. So,
yeah.
It's funny you say that because I'm sitting here thinking about it. Like, they had quite a few guys, like you guys are saying, every guy in there looked like a creep and a killer. And the guy who ended up being the hero was the one who I was thinking was the killer the whole damn time. Like, this guy definitely did it.
Yeah, I thought it was him too. And but like her, the one girl's uncle, he's all leering and shit. Like, yeah, like just it's really creepy. And then Stefano and the food delivery guy, he's
the milkman.
And just it's just funny, man. But there's just the red herrings are all over the place. Even the guy in the the Piazza selling the foulards. The first time I saw it, I thought he was the killer.
Yeah.
They're all pretty creepy, and like the way they would like glare at the women would just be like,
yeah, they're all leering at him and stuff. You're like, dude, what the hell? Like, and then it's not the creepy guy.
Yep.
Who turns out to be, but like, what was it? Totally forgot what I was going to say. Damn it. It doesn't matter. It's like the group, like when they all get on the tractor and go up to the chateau, and there's that group of like the townies, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like leering and talking smacks, and then kind of maybe, but like just the red herrings, man. Even the cobbler, I thought the cobbler might have been the killer. No, he chucked down a well. But no, it's a fantastic movie. But yeah, if you can get past the sleaze kind of factor.
Yeah, the special effects are a little strange too. Kind of looks like they're like chopping up plaster or something.
Yeah, like mannequins. But then if you think about it in a weird way, it kind of lends itself to the killer's motive, where he's, they're just dolls, Jane. Dolls made of flesh and blood.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
But when he loses his shit on the stairs to Jane, that's funny to me. That always cracks me up.
Oh man, it was hilarious. He's just like leaning up against the wall, just going off.
Yeah,
trying to get down the stairs and talk to him.
Yeah, and then they do that thing because, all right, there's the scene that really cracks me up when because they show the doctor, Luke Miranda, Roberto, and he knows something's wrong because he tries to call and he's like, he stops at the gas station and the attendant's like, I haven't seen anybody all day. When he goes up, this is when the killer's telling Jane, and fucking Luke Miranda bust through the front door. Like, it ain't no thing, man. Like, that part always just makes me laugh because I'm like, here comes Luke Miranda. And the door splinters. But the movie does a cheap trick where at the end, you hear somebody go off that cliff.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see who it is. Well, what Sergio did, sneaky guy that he is, he films the killer walking back through the door. The first, like, 10 frames, that's the actual killer. And then the camera cuts to Jane, and then it cuts back, and then it's Luke Miranda. So
okay, I thought so. It was like a trick because I could sort of look like the killer was walking at her, and all of a sudden it's the other guy.
Dude, the first time I saw that, I went back and watched it like 5 times to make sure. Because, like, I need glasses. So I was like, you know. But, no, Torso is a great flick, man. It's, to me, it's one of the standout Giallos. Like, if you have a collection of Giallo, top 5, at least, it has to be in your collection. It has to be.
It's definitely a fun movie that I'm definitely going to have to revisit a couple times just to really get it down. Because every first time watch, you miss a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
I didn't miss the titties at all, but you can't miss that. And
yeah, lots of them.
This movie, in a sense, was like ahead of its time with the girl on girl action with the one scene, and then with the interracial girl on girl action with that same scene.
Ursula. Yep.
People kind of, people still do shame on the whole thing. Me, hey, whatever, it's your business type of deal. But I'm just like, that's kind of ahead of it for the 70s, I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, that's kind of cool. And then for you to put it on screen on a horror movie, which everybody's, horror this with the X and no, don't watch it. And now look.
Oh yeah, and you also had the cinematography in this film. It was shot so well. It didn't even look like a 70s film, like the way it's shot. It's so beautiful.
I agree with that 100%. I love a good film with, even if the movie's terrible, if the cinematography can keep me caught, I'll finish it 9 times out of 10. I'll try to at least.
Well, the thing is, it's a film. It's a visual media.
Yeah.
So even if the story's nonsensical and it's just hot garbage, if it looks pretty, dude, I'll finish it. Same, exact same thing you said. There's that scene. Well, it's not a scene. It's it goes on for about 15 minutes. There's no dialogue, and Susie Kendall running around the house, and the killer doesn't know she's in the house, and she's trying to make it look like somebody's not staying there. So that whole sequence is awesome. The key on the newspaper. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That part right there threw me off because I was like, what she's doing is such a great idea with, knocking. At first, I was like, what the hell is she doing sticking the newspaper under the door? Then I seen the key was out there. I was like, okay. She tried to knock the key out. And then when the key fell and hit the floor and you see the gloved hand come down and drop it on the paper, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, man. That's it's getting juicy. Like,
oh, shit. I was just like, it was cool that it really was what it was. Like, it was the guy. And I'm just like, oh, man, this is great. But I thought he was going to kill her right there. And he didn't.
First viewing. Well, it's funny because he's sitting there and he does the whole, the evil villain thing where he's explaining, his plan and why he's doing what he's doing and stuff. But yeah, when he pulls off that foulard, man, and he gets pretty close to her, you're like, see you later, Susie Kendall.
Yeah.
It's just a great flick, man. I think the reason I'm drawn to a lot of these movies is my favorite author is Agatha Christie. And I love just murder mysteries, whodunits. And that's a big draw for me to the Giallos because they're not like horror movies per se. They're like thrillers. They're just, they're mysteries.
Yeah, like a thriller murder mystery.
Yeah, and you're always guessing like who the killer is. You're always like, all right, well, it's not the doctor. It couldn't be the judge. So it's, I just kind of love that genre.
Make you think.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. But see, Agatha Christie, she'd throw you for a loop. And Murder on the Orient Express, they all took a stab at the gangster. So it's, I really like those kind of flicks. Plus Sergio, he's done quite a few Giallos, the director. He's what is it? All the Colors of the Dark. Your Vice is a Locked Room. Don't get me going, fellas. Don't get me going.
The Bird and the Crystal Plumage, was that him also?
That's Argento.
Okay, he's also really good.
He's another maestro. You know, there's Bava, Martino, and Argento. Those are the three, you know, big kahunas of the Giallos. But yeah, you know, Martino, he kind of did a little bit of each of them. Like Torso is, you know, like a straightforward murder mystery. It's Colors of the Dark. There's like a supernatural kind of thing to that one. Plus, he did so many different genres of film. He did like sex comedies. It's all over the place. But I'd say absolutely Torso. If it's not, you know, if you're a horror fan, it has to be in your collection. Absolutely. So, but yeah, if you saw it the first time, what'd you think? What'd you think of the movie overall?
I had fun with it. I had a lot of fun with it. And it's, again, like I said, I want to rewatch it so I can really, really evaluate it and kind of break it down. But it was a fun movie. And it just, I can see why people watched that back then and became a fan of slashers because of this movie. Like, you know, the first time watch, but back when it came out versus now. Because now it's, watching it now, it's not as crazy and as creepy and gory as it was then, because we've seen so many that are just nuts. But it was definitely a good, fun movie. And I love the saying from it: the death is the best.
Secrets. Yes,
death keeps the best secrets.
Right. And you got to figure. Imagine back in the day on 42nd Street, this was a double bill of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
right. So like, if I'm looking at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that tells you everything you got to know.
Yes.
Then Torso, dude, I'm there, bro. I'm there. Oh,
definitely.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you're right. By today's standards, it's kind of tame. But yeah, back then, that must have just been blowing people's minds, man, to see that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of stuff hadn't been, you know, broke ground in a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, so what's up, Chris? What do you think? Because I know you just saw it for the first time recently too. So what's up?
I really, really enjoyed it. Like he was saying, for its time, the gore was really on point. Special effects compared to now, not really that great. But overall, it's a really good murder mystery. Keeps you guessing what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's very erotic. But I do enjoy it. It's one that's definitely in my collection. Movie you can watch over and over again.
Now that I have you here for a few minutes, you can hang out and we can do Horror Jeopardy.
Okay.
How do you feel about this?
I'm not confident, but I'm going to do it.
And now for tonight's categories. Excuse me, sir, I think you dropped this. What the fuck are you wearing? Location, location, location. You scream, I scream, we all scream queens. True lies. And all that and a side of garlic knots.
I'm going to go ahead and randomly start at one of the categories. Whoever answers correctly, it's just kind of like Jeopardy. You can continue that category. I'll just run down the rest of the category.
Okay.
Or you go to another one. I'm not going to bounce around like 200 to 500. I'm just going to run straight down, keep this thing moving. Okay?
We up in this piece.
Yes, we are. So that's how this rolls. All right, we're going to start off with probably an easy one. Location, location, location. For 100. The Monroeville Mall.
Dawn of the Dead.
You get no point because you're not allowed to interject before I finish the question.
I've been there. I got excited.
Yeah, well, you're stupid too. All right, so we'll go on and move forward. So we're going to do that. The Haunting, filmed in from 1963, was filmed on location in England at this hotel.
I got nothing.
Chris?
See, I can't think of where that's at.
Darn it.
No.
All right. That is the Eddington Park Hotel.
See, because
In Staffordshire.
the movie wasn't set there, or the series. I don't think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going.
Mm.
The cathedral on the grounds of Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. was used in the filming of what classic horror film?
What is The Exorcist?
That would be correct, sir.
Ooh. Uh,
All right.
I don't know how many times I've seen it. Holy shit. Yeah.
This is the filming location for Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Stanley Hotel? No. Damn it, Aaron. That's not what it is. I just read the damn book.
No, you didn't get it.
Wow.
Oh, what is The Overlook?
No, that's what it was called in the movie.
Oh, okay. Yes. No, I don't know it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah,
We're gonna have some horror fans out there watching this, like just bitching and
they're
screaming.
gonna be like, "You guys suck!"
Yeah, I'm not good on the spot with these type of things.
This is actually the Timberline Lodge in Mount Hood, Oregon.
Wow.
That is where it was
Oh.
original. That was the film. The Overlook Hotel was the name of the film, or the name of the movie in the film.
In the film,
And
it's
the Stanley
in real
was
life.
the Stanley
Yeah.
is the inspiration for the
Wow.
hotel.
Ooh.
That is what I'm sorry, Mr. King was thinking of when
Yeah.
he wrote the book.
Ooh. We're gonna get thumbs down.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get some hate on this one. One more shopping mall. You ready to go? It's your last one in the category.
I don't know. There's only one other mall I know about.
Okay. In Ontario, Canada, the Thornhill Square Shopping Center was the filming location for what film?
Was that Chopping Mall?
No. It's not Chopping Mall.
Mm.
Dawn of the Dead 2004.
Correct, sir.
That's right.
That was the movie. Dawn
They
of the Dead.
tore that mall down after they were finished. They left it up to film the movie, and it was called the Gateway
Nice.
movie. They put the CGI, so that's dude. I'm a Romero junkie.
You got problems, sir. You got problems. Yeah, I can't fix that either. All right, your choice, sir. What category would you like to go to?
Garlic knots.
Oh Jesus. All right.
Hey, there's a lot of Giallos I haven't seen, so I might embarrass myself.
This movie begins innocently with a young girl attending ballet school.
What is opera?
Yeah.
No. Oh, what is Suspiria?
You suck.
She isn't. She's in an airport.
She's going to ballet school.
That's a bold question.
You also search.
She's on her way to Usher.
You know what? You suck. You're out.
Man.
All right. Category. Aaron, I'll flip it to you. You can pick the category. Would you prefer, excuse me, sir, you dropped this. What the fuck are you wearing? Scream Queens or True Lies?
Excuse me, sir, you dropped this.
All right. And you are just barred from answering the next
I can't
question.
answer. That's
No,
right.
you're out. You're out for the next question.
Hey.
Right? No, you suck. All right. I'm sure they're good for making coleslaw, but some excuse me, sir, finger knives?
Who's Freddy Krueger?
Sure. Go to Aaron. All right. I don't really think we've got any jungles around here. Does anyone know who dropped a machete?
Jason Voorhees.
I was just about to say.
Give it to Chris. Give it to Chris.
Oh,
on that
man.
one.
Oh.
Hey, any ties go to the other party, not you. All right. I'm not picking that up. Yeah, not only do I not know how to operate a chainsaw, that looks disgusting.
What is Leatherface?
Yes, sir, Leatherface it is. All right.
True Lies.
You want to go True Lies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on true events.
All right. The Strangers.
True.
KC,
Yeah,
that's
it is
true.
Ooh.
KC, choice. You want to stay with True Lies? You want to skip?
Stick with True Lies.
Okay. All right. The Amityville Horror.
True.
That is true, sir.
That book's creepy. Holy cow.
All right. Category, staying that one?
We'll stay.
Okay. Pet Cemetery.
False.
False.
Correct, Aaron.
Yeah,
False.
there you go. I almost yelled out true.
You're also Halloween.
False.
Give it there.
I give that one to Aaron. Time delay. You suck.
Mhm.
All right. All right, and last one in that category. Child's Play.
False.
False.
True.
Is Child's Play there?
It is Child's Play. Child's Play is based upon the true story of the doll Robert.
Oh, Robert the Doll.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's based on the true story of Robert.
Oh, that's a sneaky question.
Well, why do you think I put it in there?
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause I was thinking, no way, there's a true doll out there walking around killing people.
Exactly.
Robert the Doll.
Down in Key West.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since nobody got my question right, I'm going to pick a category. I'm going to go with, what the fuck are you wearing?
Oh boy.
Normally, I would say black is pretty slimming, but that miner's helmet, that's not helping.
My Bloody Valentine. I love that fucking movie. Holy shit. Harry Warden needs an action figure, man.
Let's see here. You know, it's Florida. I think you can give up the fur trimmed coat.
Oh! Candyman. What is Candyman?
No,
Oh, fur trim.
stop.
I got nothing.
Fur trim coat.
I can't think of anything. I can't think of another one besides the remember Candyman, but that was it.
How about Urban Legend? The fur trimmed coats.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Man.
Nah.
I
It's
knew
a
that one.
shirt. It's not.
Somebody, okay, ready for the next one?
Mhm.
Somebody call PETA because I don't think that's even sanitary wearing that thing as a mask.
Saw?
No.
Leatherface?
No.
Mm-mm.
That was my guess too.
PETA. PETA.
Motel Hell.
Motel Hell it is.
That's right.
Wearing the pig head is the mask. Bro.
Well, hold on. They said Saw, right? You should give it up to them too, because I mean, it happens.
Wearing a pig head.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I'm just saying. Is that all right?
Yep. 400
Okay.
points all around.
All right. Cool. Because I thought of Saw, and then my mind went to Motel Hell. So it's.
Well, Motel Hell was the correct answer for
Okay.
that question, but
I use preservatives.
yeah. All right. You can't answer this question.
All
You're
right.
out.
Whatever.
A Letterman jacket and a Jester hat. I don't really think they go together.
Slaughter High.
I was gonna say somebody better get it right.
Slaughter High. Who's the killer?
Marty
There you
Ranson.
go.
Great movie if you haven't checked it out. Definitely go.
Oh,
Yeah.
High.
Okay.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, Sir Sturdy, check it out.
I'm
Definitely.
gonna have to add that. Slaughter High.
Slaughter-
Slaughter on my list.
Oh,
Excellent.
you want to talk about the dumbest horror movie I think I've ever seen? Yeah, pick up Slaughter High.
It's silly, but
It's retarded.
it's a revenge slasher, so I like it. It's good stuff. It's a good flick.
Oh,
You gotta do that one sometime.
Oh, yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
you know what's really bad?
What?
Okay, never mind. I was trying to read my notes. Okay. You know what? I know sometimes that you want to, try to look a little younger, but no one is believing you are, somewhere close to 6 months with that mask on. I'm all about wearing something to look younger, but no one is buying you as being 6 months old wearing that mask.
Oh,
I'm stumped.
Happy Death Day it is.
Oh wow.
from Four Flies on Grey Velvet.
All right. Okay, we don't have too much to go through yet.
Yeah.
We're almost done. Okay. Let's go to Scream Queens.
Scream
That's
Queens.
okay with you?
That's fine.
All right.
Sounds great.
Okay. Spence was featured prominently on the movie poster for this film, however, is dispatched at the very beginning of the movie in 1996.
That'd be Scream.
There you go.
Who was it, though?
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Let's get that one. All right. Okay. Like mother, like daughter. They both are considered Scream Queens. One for Psycho and one for Halloween.
Jamie and Janet.
Jamie and Janet Leigh.
Yeah.
All right. Recently, starring in Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street.
Come on. Oh.
All right, I'll say it again in a different way. He is the recent
Mark
star.
Patton.
There we
There you
go.
go.
I was thinking that because I met him a couple years ago and he was talking about that, but it wouldn't come out. I'm like, wait a minute, is it him?
The book just came out. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's really nice. Really nice.
Yeah.
Sweetheart. All right. This British blonde actress is best known for her work in Italian horror films.
Susie Kendall.
That would be Susie Kendall. I would throw that in there considering what you guys were talking about today.
Yeah, that's Jane from Torso. Fucking bitches.
Now, all right, last one in that category. This actress was already a household name prior to her starring in this film, but The Fog made her a Scream Queen. Nope. Nope.
I'm out then.
It shouldn't be too hard.
Oh, Barbeau.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Adrienne Barbeau. That's right. Wow.
That's the way this works. All right. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to finish out the last of, excuse me, sir, you dropped this.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with a hook, but somebody's got to get it because I'm not going near those bees.
It's a Candyman.
Candyman. Yeah.
No, don't give it to me. Give it to them. Give it to them.
Yep. That's the way it works. You always lose.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how anyone can leave something like this behind. A circular saw, really?
Pieces?
Nope, not pieces.
Circular saw.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure all of you have seen this one.
I think it's wow. Yeah. It's the one
Mutilator?
Nope. It's a French horror movie.
It's a French horror movie. Directed by Alexander.
High Tension?
Yep, High Tension it
There you
is.
go. Yeah.
There are so many.
Use the bookshelf. That would have been a good one too.
True. I like the circular saw though. Not really, but hey. Ugh.
No, that's not a circular saw. That's a concrete saw. That's what that is.
It's a circular saw.
All right.
All right.
Just saying.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right. I'm sorry, guys, but we are back to all that and a side of garlic nuts.
What about the? Oh, all right.
Yep, we're all back to it.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'm really sorry. All right. Scene from this movie includes a zombie fighting a shark.
No. Come on.
So I just watched this like a week ago.
Yeah, it's on the video nasties list.
Zombie flesh eater?
You got it.
Zombie last year, obviously, that was the release from Britain, from the UK.
Yeah, yep.
In Italy, it was released as Zombie 2.
In Europe, Zombie 2.
Mhm.
And in America, Zombie.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. Oh, God.
Filthy bitches.
In this movie, a gentleman admits to eating cats.
Oh.
I'm horrible with this trivia stuff.
No, it's okay.
No,
Just having fun, man.
No. I'm having fun. I'm just trying to think.
Bird with the crystal plumage.
That would be correct.
The artist he goes to see about the painting. He's eating cats. That's why he hasn't. Yeah.
Oh, man, I even own that one. I don't know how I missed that part.
Chris, I've seen these movies probably 50 times, man. Like.
Okay. In this film, so many animals were killed that PETA got involved.
Oh yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust?
That is correct.
There you go. There you go. That's the reason Peter's involved in all the movies now.
Yes, it is.
Cannibal.
All right. Last one.
Ooh.
And it's a silly one.
That's a silly one.
It's a silly one. I was tortured by this movie. By you. In this film, the killer wears a ridiculous, a very ostentatious owl mask.
Ooh, I know it.
I don't know it.
What is Stage Fright?
That is Stage Fright.
Directed by Michel Schwabi, who did Cemetery.
Nice.
He was actually Argento's assistant for a long time and broke out and sort of. But yeah, Stage Fright. That movie bonkers, man.
It's weird.
It's weird, Giallo. It is. But the mask is awesome. Holy cow! You know. Some of those questions are really good, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you know.
Hang on, I'm just adding up our totals here.
Yeah, let's see. Probably came in dead last. But no, we had a really fun time doing the show.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. No, see, I'm glad you had a good time doing it because, you know, now you can. We'll pop on each other's shows anytime. You know.
Yeah. Just let me, like I said, man, just let me know. And then we'll go from there.
You know.
Oh, yeah, we're just coordinating. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm glad you had a good time.
Here's the way it works.
Okay.
In all of our shows,
Yeah.
you have to lose.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're the loser every time.
Hey, I had to lose to Chuck Dixon about the Joker. So,
Well, yeah,
you know.
it's obligatory.
I'll take it though because I lost to Chuck Dixon. So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So our winner today is Sir Sturdy. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
All right.
Sir Sturdy is the winner of Horror Jeopardy.
That's cool.
It's very.
Hey, thank you so much, man, for being on. Like, can't thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I had a great time.